Off the Top Rope gives you some swerve, some flavor, and a huge episode. Joining the ropes, one of the hardest working talent in music. His flavor, of course, host of Swerve City Podcast, creator of the top AEW entrance tracks that you hear today. He's all motivation. He's all hard work. My boy, Monteasy, joins your boy Ty Asbury on Off the Top Rope.
The Ropes Media. Tyrod Asbury. Yeah. Tyrod Asbury. Yeah. Every chance you get to hear us, you clear us. Just the time on the radio. My opinions, my.
Yo, what is up? It is Tuesday night. You know what's going down. I'm your boy Ty Asbury live. It is Off the Top Rope. And like I said, this episode, I'm going to put a little flavor and sizzle on this episode because my live guest, this guy is doing great things, man. Podcast host, music, man. He's doing so many wonderful things, music, and not only wrestling. It ain't easy being teasy. My boy's live. Monteasy, what's up, man?
Hey, what's going on, King? How you doing, man? I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great, man. You know, it's another positive day towards the journey. So God has always been good to me. So I have no complaints. When I'm here, I got another day to improve. I got my family. I got my kids. I got wrestling. And I got great guys like you. So it can't get no better, man.
Thank you, man. But like most importantly, man, it's an honor to have you on the show, man. Like I said, I gotta say first and foremost, I want to thank you for doing my theme song for my show because every guest that I've had, they love it. So I'm like, you know who does it? Only Monteasy, man. So thank you for doing the theme song for Off the Top Rope. But tonight is all about you, and that's why you're here. You're doing so many great things. But I want to ask you first and foremost. I mean, you got your podcast, family, man. Yo, man, do you get any time off? Because man, every time I check you out, man, you're doing something, man.
Man, you know what? I do get time off. I work in spurts, man. I'll do like maybe 3 or 4 things, like in a compact of 3-4 hours. I'll grind, and then I'll like chill the rest of the day. So a lot of what people see is a lot of me, there's a lot of grinding and a lot of ideas that I put together. But I work in spurts. I don't try to work throughout the day. When I was younger, I'd work all day, and I was like, why am I doing this? You know what I mean? Like, there's only so much you can literally accomplish in one day. It takes years, months, weeks for some moves to be made sometimes. So sometimes you get to plant the seed, come back to it, work on it. And some things can happen overnight. But, I continue to sit back and work in spurts now because I realize that, you don't have to, you work smarter. You realize what work smarter, not harder means as you start to get older and understand what that means. You can do a whole lot in 3 hours than 13. You know what I mean? If you know what you're doing.
Yeah, that priest brother, man, you're absolutely right. And it sounds like you really hit the nail on the head. It's like when you get older, you want to work smarter, not harder, because your body's breaking down. And like you said, you're for yourself. You being a family man. But I got the thing about you, man, checking out your social media. Like you actually motivate me because I see all the stuff you're doing, and you make me want to get better. So like I can say, man, you're one of my role models, man, to see what you're doing in wrestling and first and foremost. But the one thing that is big as of all, you got so many supporters and fans, but people who don't like know you, which is very little because everybody knows you. But what do you want people to get out of this episode tonight? Like, what do you want people to learn about the one, the only Monteasy?
Well, if there's one thing that I want them to learn about me is that I've always been how can I say this? I've always tried to be a man of understanding when it comes to life and who I am as a person. I'm very, very deep into understanding the roots of who I am as a man. And that sometimes takes a lot of research, takes a lot of good and a lot of bad experiences sometimes. But I want to find as much knowledge of myself as I can while I have time on this earth to understand, to get as close as I can to understanding what the answers are on this earth, why are we here, what are the reasons, what are our talents, why does God give certain people certain talents, things of that nature, certain self-mastery. And I have my good days and my bad days with it. There's certain things I'm still got to improve on, but I just try to be the best person I could be, man. I try to treat your gender how I treat the owner, and I never try to treat anybody any different. If I can go to my grave saying, you know what, nobody can say that Antoine Monteasy or whatever you know me as treated you bad, then I can live with that. You know what I mean? Because I don't believe in that. I believe that, and I'm also a firm believer in karma, man. For also for the fans too, is like how you treat people and how you treat people and how you look out for people or don't look out for people is the energy that comes back. So if you say something out your mouth like, "Hey, I don't have a good podcast," well, you're saying that, and it's going to be in the universe. You're not going to have a good podcast. Yeah. But if you just, you stay loyal to people, you stay honest with people, you treat people right, you treat the man, you treat the homeless man down the street how you treat a millionaire. You just treat him with respect and self-care and self-love like another human being. You'll never have any problems in life, and that's what I live by.
I really love what you said, like you being a podcaster as well, like people saying, well, you saying to yourself, I don't have a good podcast. Like you said, you got to be a believer in your product and believe that you can do this. And like those are some motivational speeches that you're saying, man. I think you should be a preacher, write a book, man, because everything you're saying, man, it like really it hits the heart, man. And it's absolutely true. Because you got, like you said, I know you believe in your product because you're doing so many big things, all the huge guests you're having. And it's taking a lot of hard work because I'm sure you would agree, success is not granted, and you can't get that overnight.
Well, to give you a little bit of background, my granddad did a lot of social work for a lot of kids when he was younger, but he wasn't really in the right state of mind at the time. I will say that. I kind of not avoid it, but I kind of work around it because I didn't want to do the same exact thing that he did. Just, he worked with younger boys and stuff like that. And there's a lot of testosterone and a lot of things that he was going through at that time that, I'm sure he loved the job, but there was just certain things that keeps me kind of away from just doing that part of it, because I don't want to follow those same footsteps, certain triggers. That's stuff I stay away from. You know what I mean? But if I could do motivational speaking and help everybody, or even do things in the regards of, traveling the world and talking to people and, I'm not really going to get into the religious part of it of being a preacher. I've heard that a lot of times, but that's not really my thing. I'd be more non-denomination, more of a free-spirited type of preacher if I did that instead of like in a one base. Yeah. Just because of how I live my life. But I appreciate that, and you're definitely going to see more motivational clips from me and stuff like that. It's not going to be organized. That's what I'll say. It won't be any organized thing. It'll be more for me. I'll speak at schools. I'll speak to all genres, all bases and races, and keep it more that way instead of just going to more of the structured, non-denominational work because, that's not something that I really, want to get on that side of things. Because we have it's like if you let's say for example if your dad worked construction and you see what construction kind of did to him. Yeah. And you're like, you know what? I can help you build the building, but construction, I'm not going to do that. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, and that just comes from knowing your history, your family history, how people are. And if you have certain maybe similarities and traits of people that are good or bad of people that you try not to overtake, you stay away from that. So that's, you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. But yeah, but around it in other ways, I'll definitely do a lot of speaking and stuff for sure.
But man, I noticed too. I'm sure you can agree too, because like I'm sure you can sense that, and like just keep it away. Like I notice the older I get, like the toxic people that are toxic. You get older, you want to be at peace and get away with it. That's how I've become as I got older. You want to stay away from all the toxic stuff with people and just live peace, man. And I know you got your music, podcast, your fans, wrestling. I know that's things that are coming to you that bring you peace and your family, being a father.
Yes. Those are the things that I take the most serious. I take that the most serious. I have been always up and open about being a father and what that has done for me. And, being a dad, being a brother, being a son, being a grandson, a family man, and what that means to me means everything. Raising the next generation, being able to be there for my kids and give them the genuine light that I can to give them everything. I won't be able to have all the answers, but I can at least lead you in the right direction on what works for you, morally the right way, spiritually the right way, and what could help you get along better in life. And don't be afraid to take a few darts in life. I think people live life avoiding trying to take hits sometimes, and you have to. You have to take hits. You're not always going to be agreed upon. Not everybody's always going to like your decisions you make, but you have to do what's best with your spirit. And as long as it's treating people the right way, You can agree to disagree sometimes, but I think it's all about just doing what's in your spirit, and if it's in your heart, then go for it. That's what I always tell my kids. Just always go for it. Dream big, man. Go out there and get it. You never know what the world has to offer, but that's when everybody says this stuff to me about a podcaster, Hall of Famer, this stuff now, I'm like, yo, I would have never expected all this stuff, but I worked hard. I work hard each and every day. I try to always have a solid foundation on everything that I'm trying to do, and each and every day I build towards that, and that's all I can ask for.
And you touch everything. It's all about working hard, and just like you said, tomorrow's never guaranteed. Take it while it's there for you. And I want to ask you too. I know there's a lot of young guys out there. I'm sure look up to you. They want to be the next Monteasy. They want to be the next wrestling podcaster. And if somebody came to you, young brother said, Monteasy, how can I do this? And they just really talk to you. What would you tell them? Because the one thing I know you would tell them is going to take hard work, because you're paving the way too.
Amen. I would say, man, I would tell them, first know what you're in it for. Know what you're in this for. Know what if you have a wrestling podcast and that's you're passionate about, great. I'm not gonna tell anyone not to live their dreams and not know, not to do that. But I will tell them, know what they're in it for, know the business, know the podcast business, and then know the wrestling business. If you want to do a basketball podcast, know the NBA business, learn the podcast business. Learn how things work, and everything has a hierarchy. Learn how things work. Learn how things are put together, and you'll be able to make something happen from there. But I think each and every day you have to just work hard, man. Whatever goals you have, these young guys always tell them work hard. Don't let the status quo be that you can't do anything. And you can't figure it out, because it's always able to be figured out. And don't be afraid to have mentors. Don't be afraid to have people tell you when something is or is not good. And don't take everything personal. Don't take everything personal. Don't, if a person say you can improve on this or improve on that, don't take it super personal. Take it day by day. And, and for the young folks, I know young folks we all have the answers when we're 17, 18, 19 years old, but just take it with a grain of salt. You're not going to like it, but you're going to need it, and you're going to be thankful for it later on, because the worst thing that a successful person, the one thing a successful person does not need by them all time is a yes man. So don't fall accustomed to that.
Preaching, man. Just like I said, it's just speaking from the heart, which I definitely love. Now, here on Off the Top Rope, Monteasy, I like to roll little clips and everything. So this one clip I want to roll here on the broadcast is that right here. I love what you said, as far as you being the GOATs, you're not going to rest until you are one of the GOATs. And of course you are the GOAT in my eyes, but how do you feel? Do you think you're there or close or just like in between?
Wow. That is something that I just push myself to believe. I believe that the greatest of all time is something that's very subjective. There's a lot of greats. There's a lot of greats that have done this, man. There's a lot of wonderful people who touch this microphone. I just, you strive to be in that conversation, and you strive to, one thing I always believe that I am the people's champion. I believe that. I believe that I'm the champion of the people. I'm not the guy that's Hollywood. With all I've accomplished, I'm not the guy, I'm accessible. That means people can reach me. And I'm not the guy that's going to leave your messages on the scene all day. If I get to him, I get to him. I will answer you when I get to him. But I'm not going to be the type of person that's very Hollywood. You know what I mean? I'm not the Hollywood type dude. I believe in relationships. And I believe that the same people you meet up is the same people you meet on the way down. And wrestling is a very, very big culture, is a culture, is a subculture. So you see a lot of the same people. You meet a lot of the same people. There's new wrestlers that come up, new podcasts, but a lot of the people in power remain the same amount of time. So you always have to be careful on how you're moving up and how you treat people on the way up as you on the way down. So do I think that I'm the greatest? I feel like Muhammad Ali said he must. I feel like when it comes to me, I feel like that's all subjective to what other people say. I use that as a motivation tool to keep me going. to keep me pushing and not get comfortable because I refuse to get comfortable. So if somebody says, yo, Teaser, you're the greatest to do it, thank you. I appreciate that. If you feel somebody else is, hey, that's all subjective. This is all about just entertaining the people, having fun. But for me personally, like it's like Kobe Bryant said, rest in peace, God bless his wonderful soul. Yeah, I know every shot that I shoot, I'm not going to make it. But I'm damn sure going to practice on perfection to make sure that I'm close to making every shot that I can make. And that's how I do things. I know I make some mistakes. I know that every shot that I put up is not going to go in. But I know that I'm a damn sure try for perfection to make sure I try to make everyone go in that I can. Now, if it don't, I don't harp on the next shot. I don't harp that I just missed a shot. I don't harp on it. I move on.
Yeah.
You have to have that personality. And, you know, one of my mentors once told me, and I always stuck with this. God rest his soul. He always told me this. He said, in order for God to give you what you want, you have to be able to risk it all. As long as he knows you're willing to risk it, he'll give you everything you need. But he has to know you're willing to go to that next level of going towards your dreams or risking something. Because with his son down on the cross and things like that, not only not to get super religious, but just saying it as far as how far are you willing to go for your dreams? If you're willing to risk it all, if you're willing to risk this, what are you willing to risk? Or what are you willing to give up? And what are you willing to sacrifice in order to make your dreams? So that's when I say stuff like being the GOAT and being great, being the greatest. That's for myself. It's like, okay, what am I willing to pull back? What am I willing not to have now? So maybe when I'm age 40, I can have it then because I sacrificed 20 years for it. Because I know I'm sacrificing something now with all that I'm doing.
Yeah.
Something's being sacrificed. I'm working too hard. So a lot of things I'm not in the clubs all the time, not partying. I don't hang out with a lot of people all the time. But I know that my sacrifice then, maybe by the time I'm 45, I'm able to go hang out more.
Yeah.
But right now, that time has to be sacrificed to my hustle, raising my kids, and my grind. So that's what I mean. That's what I mean when I post stuff like that. It's like, what are you willing to risk? What are you willing to put on the line? Something God's gonna say, you're gonna have to put something on the line. For in order for you to reach your blessings, you're gonna have to put something on the line. And something's gonna have to be sacrificed. Time with your friends, time doing something. But something has to be given up and sacrificed for you to make it. What are you willing to sacrifice? And as long as you meet me halfway, your dreams will come true. And that's why I feel like stuff's happening to me now. Because I knew what I had to give up.
I want to say, everybody watching Off the Top Rope Live right now, my dream has come true, and I'm sure yours has too, because right now on the show, the one, the only Monteasy is on Off the Top Rope, and he is bringing some flavor to this episode. This guy is the man. He's my dude, hardworking. If you want to ask him any questions, definitely comment. I'll read to him on the air. Monteasy is live on Off the Top Rope Tuesday night. Now, Monteasy, another reason why we're here tonight.
Sure.
We're both wrestling fans. We love it. That's why we're here, because we are wrestling fans. Now, I want to ask you, looking back how long you've been a wrestling fan,
right?
Is there a favorite angle of all time in wrestling where somebody cut a promo where you can go back and watch it 10 times and laugh at it? Like if a wrestler who you just love and you like, I got to watch what such and such did to make me laugh. Is there a moment that you watch all the time for a wrestler that you like?
That makes me laugh, just or like storyline of all time. Just something that makes me happy, or what context?
Yeah,
it makes me laugh.
Oh yeah.
Anything. When R-Truth was in the ring with Brock Lesnar, and he said Paul Heyman.
Yeah.
And he called Ric Flair Tozawa.
Yeah.
Like anything R-Truth makes me laugh. Like I think R-Truth is the greatest comedian. I love R-Truth because you can tell he's just enjoying his job. He loves his job, and anything R-Truth. Especially the stuff he did with Brock, the things he did with the Roman Reigns, and then when he's saying he was gonna declare for the Royal Rumble, and how the guys in the ring are just laughing at him because you can tell he's there to have a good time. And yeah, I normally go to R-Truth when it comes to wrestling to make me laugh. I normally go to R-Truth, and it works most of the time. If I'm in a bad mood, R-Truth normally gets me out of it.
One thing about R-Truth, if you make Brock Lesnar laugh, I could tell Brock legit was laughing. You're doing something right. You can make Brock Lesnar, freaking laugh. So I remember watching that on Raw when that happened too. Absolutely.
And then the thing is, man, we're all human beings at the end of the day. So, I'm pretty sure that, backstage Brock and on screen Brock are two different people. And as you see the way Brock is now, he's obviously a different person than what he presented those years. He's obviously a cowboy that can get serious when he needs to, but he's also a good a good funny dude, and that's just how he is around his kids and stuff. So, there's a part of that people don't get to see, and I'm glad he did get to show some of that. So shout out to R-Truth, shout out to Brock Lesnar, Paul Heyman, Roman Reigns, all those guys. Whenever anything R-Truth is in with those guys is hilarious.
Now, of course, you're a part of a team of one of the biggest, hottest wrestling podcasts around, and he's one of my favorites in AEW, Swerve. He's doing big things, and God bless to him, because like my wife loves him. Swerve is the man, and you two you have like a brotherhood. And this clip right here, I call it the perfect brotherhood. Now, how do you and Swerve bring the best out of each other? Because as a team, you have to do that to be good. And how would you look at that, Teasy?
See, this is the thing, right? And great question. I haven't been asked this in this way before. So thank you for doing your homework. I appreciate you asking me a good question. This is very good. I look at it like this. What's the point of being friends if we're not going to challenge each other to be better?
Yeah.
As men.
Yeah, that's a good point. Exactly.
We're as black men, we have to continuously push. We have to work twice as hard than other people. We have to. Sometimes there's a microscope on our back as black men. Sometimes we don't. As you see in the world, we don't get the same forgiveness that other creeds and cultures get. So the reason why I started out like this is to say that we hold each other accountable. That's my brother. He can text me about anything he wants to. That man's helped me. Well, now I've had some health concerns. That man's come at the hospital and literally sat next to me. I got tears running down my face because that man came and saw me. You know what I mean? It's different. It's different when you have people that are there for you, and you say, "Oh man, like who's really there for me?" That man was there. That man's there for me. Every time he comes to the studio and he records, he drives 2 hours down to the studio that I'm at. He doesn't have to do that, but he drives the 2 hours down just to stay humble and to say, "Okay, I'm gonna go down to the studio Teasy's at." And he goes record, and I'm gonna record these songs because it's all about the process and the journey. We bring the best out of each other, man. On the podcast we do, musically we do. When people say, "Oh man, you mentored him in music," I knew what I was doing, man. I knew the battery I was putting in because my brother. Why not? Why can I? If I can see something in my friend, why not push it to the best of my ability for him to happen, for him to do that?
Exactly.
And to have him take it and grow, and whatever happens after that, if we continue to work together or don't, whatever, as far as musically, I know that I was able to. I was there to be able to see that, and I had a part to do with it, and that's my brother regardless. And even if not, he's going to be my brother outside of the business.
Amen to that, man.
That's my guy, and we've introduced each other to a lot of things. We're both working. We work very, very hard to bring things to this podcast, each and every day. Guests, people, new formats, anything we can do to get better. We're working on it, and I'm proud of him, and I'm proud of everything that we have coming. So salute to my brother. I love him to death, and we're gonna continue to work. We're gonna continue to keep working. We have a lot of stuff to do.
Swerve's house, baby. That's what I'm talking about. You guys, like I said, I love what you guys are doing. I'm proud of you guys, and I can't tell you how much of a fan I am. And you guys keep doing it. And I'm very excited myself to see what you guys have coming up next for Swerve City Podcast. Now, Monteasy, I saw this clip and I was like, I'm gonna try to throw this to him in a very creative way. You guys had the one, the only. I love what he's doing in the business, Tony Kahn, on your episode, and the way you're looking at this picture on in the corner, were you like, man, we got Tony Kahn on here, we're on to something? What was you thinking in that picture? That's the way I assumed that, but I was like, what was he thinking? But that's what I took it as, like, man, we're on to something. We got Tony Kahn on the show.
I usually look around, man. I'm kind of surveying as everything's going on. I'm kind of checking the energy during these podcasts. I check the energy, and I check to see how the guest is doing. I see how the team's doing behind the cameras. Kind of just look around in space a little bit during the episodes, and everything's always so smooth. Whenever somebody comes on that show, they always say they feel comfortable. We make people feel comfortable. We're not going to talk about the same things other people always talk about. We're going to talk to you from two entertainers to another entertainer, and you get an opportunity to get another perspective, another opportunity from us. Maybe you'll take some jewels from us and make things better. But that's what it's all about. It's about being there for each other each and every day. And it's about building. What can we do to build? And that's my brother. So, we keep it moving. We keep it pushing. And we don't get stuck on one thing too long. We keep the next thing coming. Okay, we did this. The next thing's coming. The next thing's coming. So that's how we work. We keep the next thing, the next thing.
Now, of course, you guys having Tony Kahn on the show, it was a great episode. I checked it out myself. And for you guys, pretty much for having Tony Kahn on there, what did you learn from having Tony Kahn on the show? Because, I mean, he's doing huge things in wrestling. Did you guys learn anything from him?
Yes, Tony's a very, very busy man. Tony showed me that I am, one, still not working hard enough, and two, that if he's doing all this and juggling this by himself, that he's a genius. From the NFL draft, helping get people draft players, from him knowing who the players are to draft, to doing wrestling, writing 2-3 different shows a week, to dealing with the wrestlers' talent and the egos and everything that goes behind guys that are entertaining like that. And being able to have a personal life. He does have a personal life. So for him to be able to have a fiance and have her understand what he does, it's amazing. You know what I mean? It's amazing. So yeah. I'm more happy for him, and I hope to see him here in the future.
Now, of course, you said you guys are just trying to push it for Swerve City Podcast. Is there some things that you guys would like to add moving forward? Any new segments you want to add? Like how do you see that maybe coming about for looking forward towards the future for Swerve City Podcast?
Yeah, we're always integrating and changing things up, man. I think we're gonna add a few different things here and there. We have new shows coming. Excuse me, sorry for the yawn. We have new shows coming. We have new content coming. You're welcome on Monteasy's table anytime, my brother. Anytime you want to.
I definitely aim for that. Heck yeah.
You're a good brother, and you're definitely welcome to come on anytime, brother. And if I have a guest on there and anything you want to ask, brother, I'll definitely bring you on, man. You can do it with me.
I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. And the one thing, Monteasy, I'm so proud of you is that your accomplishments, and you are a Hall of Famer. And I made this clip for you, WXW Wrestling Hall of Famer Monteasy 2022. Man, congratulations on that.
Thank you, bro.
And you, of course, helped Mark Henry and Jade Cargill with their tracks. And if you had to look at all these accomplishments individually, what do they mean to you? Because I'm really proud, man. That's why I wanted to bring these on the show, because much respect to you, man, for these.
Thank you, bro. Oh, man. Let's start with the AEW album. Shout out to Mikey Ruckus, man, for hitting me up and having me produce 3 songs on that project, man. Nyla Rose, Mark Henry, Jade Cargill, man, and have free creative control. I was able to bring on artists that are friends of mine that needed that wanted that opportunity, and found a spot for them to do their thing. And the songs that you heard, and shout out to Righteous Red, shout out to Will Washington, shout out to whole Grapsity team. Man, we made history. And shout out to me and Josiah for the Mark Henry track. Me and him had a lot of fun with that record. And a very underrated song, in my opinion, but one of the best wrestling records I've made in years. I love that record. Man, so it's just an honor to be a part of that. And to say that my name's involved, I couldn't ask for anything better, man. 1 song, 3 songs, 15, wouldn't even matter, man. I'm just happy to be a part of it, and that my name was brought up in the scheme of things. Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famer, baby. Woo! Got the Hall of Famer. That's what I'm talking about, man. Hey. Oh, man.
I first heard that noise. I first heard that announcement when they first announced. I cried like a baby, man. Cried like a baby. Just so happy.
Ain't nothing wrong with a man crying, man. But like I said, I'm going to call you now, from now on, Hall of Famer Monteasy. I like the sound of that, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I feel elated. I feel good to know there's a credible promotion like WXW, the same company who trained Batista, same company who trained Mercedes Martinez, I mean, a lot of people who they trained, and them being in that being the NOIA family, bringing me in with Roman and rest in peace, his brother Matt and Lance NOIE, and I know all them guys, and so I'm more than thankful and happy for the opportunities. You know what I mean, and for everything that has happened. I'm more than, oh man, it means so much to say that I'm a Hall of Famer. Like, I can't believe it, bro. I can't believe it.
Now, of course, before, like, at the last segment of the show, Monteasy, I'm gonna try to stump you with this. So I'm gonna roll.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll. And I got a good question for you. So I'm gonna roll.
Damn, Ty. That's good.
No doubt. Now, here's the question: if you and Swerve became a tag team, what would your name be? Who would you want to wrestle, past or present? And where would the match be held? A favorite venue that you have?
Okay. Well, the match would be held definitely in Seattle where the hall is out there in Seattle, where Defy wrestles. Oh man, that is the best. That is the best place in the world. That's my favorite arena to go to and wrestle. So if me and Swerve were a tag team, that'd definitely be it. Who would we wrestle?
Yeah.
Who would me and Swerve wrestle? Ricochet.
Okay.
Ricochet, and for him, I'd say Riddle.
That'd be nice, man. Oh yeah, that'd be a hot match right there, man.
Yeah, man, I got two moves, bro, so it's gotta last. But I got a body slam, I got a body slam, and I got an elbow, and that's all I got. So you got to make this count. So off the middle rope, not the top rope, either the middle rope. That's all I got. I ain't got no backflip 360s and all that. And man, I got an elbow drop and I got a body slam. That's it. Riddle be doing his knees, Ricochet flying all over the place. Look, man, I'll catch it. That's the best I can do. You know what I mean? What would we be called?
Yeah, what would you be called? Yeah.
I will give you the acronym. What we call the Dreamcast.
Dreamcast. All right. Hey, man, I'll be there to see you guys, man. I like that, man. Yeah.
Dreamcast. Yeah, we'll come out with our own music. Come out with our own music, Dreamcast. And yeah, that'll be there. It'll be different from Swerve City, but we are. I got the Monteasy Power Slam. Yeah, they were like old school wrestlers named it after everything after their name. The Monteasy drop. Yeah,
Monteasy Plex.
Yeah, the Monteasy Plex. Yep, that's all I got, man. I got about 4 moves. After that, I'm tagging out.
He's like, I'm letting Swerve handle the rest. So
he can handle both of them dudes, man. I just need to come out of nowhere, hit a low blow, bam. Teasy breaker.
Well, Monteasy, I'm gonna say, man, like I said,
that's all I got, man.
We're gonna wrap up this awesome episode of All the Top Rope, man. Like I said, true blessed to have you on the show. And I want to ask you first and foremost, me being your fan, all your other fans, what's up next for you, man, with your busy schedule? We all want to know, man. What's Monteasy up to next?
Yes, thank you for bringing it up. June 4th, I'll be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame for my work in the wrestling business. I'm happy being nominated Hall of Famer, and there's more work to be done. I'm looking to travel. I'm looking to get myself together here for personal reasons and go on tour and hit a couple dates in a month and get that bag. Look forward to just improving to get better, have better podcast episodes. We got a lot of great podcasters coming up. I wish I could tell you who. I'll tell you off camera, one person. But I'm happy that I get to go day by day. I'm happy to still be here 7 years later and still relevant. That's what I'm happy about.
Yeah.
Is to be here 7 years later and to still be relevant. You know what I mean? Because good God, a lot of people fade off. So I'm glad to be here 7 years later, still relevant, still working, still grinding. So I'm glad, man. I'm here.
Well, like I said, man, you got a lot of big things coming up. And like I said, I want to ask you the biggest question of all. From 1 to 10, would you ever come back on the show again and talk it up, man, with your boy, man?
Of course, 10, man. Anytime, bro. Just hit me up. I like to spread it out a couple months for sure. But yeah, I'll come back, man. At 10, I'll be back.
No doubt. When I get a 10 from Teasy, it's definitely going to be sizzling. Monteasy, I want to thank you very much, man, for being on the show, taking the time out of your schedule, man, to come on the ropes. It's an honor, man. I love you, my brother, man. I appreciate it, man.
Love you too, bro. Love you too, bro. And thank you for always hitting me up. Thank you for always doing great business, for believing in me and being one of the first podcasts to really hold me down. And I want to tell you, keep pushing, keep striving, because you never know, what's on the other side of that door. Don't stop. I don't care if it's 1 viewer or 100 viewers, bro. Keep on 2 billion. Stay you tired. Keep pushing. Anything you need from me, if I'm able to do it, I'm here. Any advice, anything I can do to help. I've always been a connector. So keep pushing, man. Keep putting 2 together, and it will make 4 eventually. I'm telling you. I believe that.
One thing I want to say, too, definitely believe Monteasy was live here tonight on Off the Top Rope. Monteasy, God bless. And like I said, man, keep striving, man.
Thank you, my brother. God bless, man. Take care. I wish you, the family, everybody the best. Tell everybody I said hello, man, and love, bro. Keep putting out this dope content, and always remember, man, that with a little bit of sacrifice, God makes all dreams possible. So don't stop, man. Keep doing this.
No doubt, God is good. I'm your boy Ty Asbury, live on Off the Top Rope Tuesday night. My live guest, the one, the only Monteasy. We're out of here. Love yourself. God bless. We're out of here. Peace out.
The Ropes Media. Tyrone Asbury. Yeah. Tyrone Asbury. Yeah. Every chance you get to hear us, so clear us. Just the time on the radio. My opinion's my opinion. Every time you hear me now moving out, right on the stereo. Every podcast live, you know the feeling. This is the time for me to speak. You know the healing. I'm telling the truth and everything I say in this moment. But my time, I guarantee there is no more opponents who really want to feel it. Every single night.